Hi everyone, this is Selvi. This is related to an interview question. Can we estimate spike? Spike is an exploratory story that is taken by the team to explore and come up with the estimates and the relevant details which we were earlier thought as uncertainties. So in places where we have uncertainties and we don't have the clarity, that is the place we will start using the spike. If that is the case, how can we estimate this? Because the root cause itself is we are unable to estimate. That's why we started that work item as a spike. Because why we were unable to estimate? Because of uncertainties. Why uncertainties? Because it can be because of technical challenges or the clarity missing in the requirement or the details because of what is the best solution that we need to find it. So uncertainties can be because of any of the reasons because of which we don't have the complete clarity to estimate, because of which we have taken that as a spike item so that we can start from this to understand and identify the gaps and fill those gaps with right information because of the exploration. Okay, so when we have uncertainties, then how are we going to say by what time we will complete the spike? Because I can do a spike for 1 year, I can do a spike for 2 years, I can do a spike for months because I don't have clarity. I'll be keep on exploring the things. There is a catch. So somewhere we need to set a boundary for the spike. How we are going to set the boundary for this spike? It is again depends on the team and depends on the nature of the product or the application what we are working. Why it depends on the nature of the product or application? Because it may be your team is very new or your application is in the very beginning stage where you are also getting into the familiarity level, but it's not it. Because of all these reasons, we need to finalize the time that is required for the spike. Because if you are very clear with the application or the product, or you are very much senior in that product or application who is working on that, then obviously you means here it's a team. The team is very well aware of the application or the product. Then the situation is different. Even a spike item, they may not need to spend so much time. But whereas in the case where the team is new or the product itself is a new product development, then there are chances that we may not have that level of exposure. So in those cases, we need to spend extra time. So depends on the nature of the team and the product or the application and the level of alignment we have and the maturity we achieve depends on that we will set this time. We will set generally the time as 3 days for a spike activity or a week time for a spike activity. Again, as I said, it depends on the nature of the product and the team's maturity. Now, when I say 3 days, 5 days, so this is the detail we are trying to add about the spike estimation. We don't call this as an estimate, we call it as a reference. So the reference information to complete a spike is 3 days. That means at the end of the 3rd day, we are supposed to close the spike with the spike outcome document. Regardless of whether the spike outcome is positive or negative, it doesn't matter. But we will produce the spike outcome document and close the spike on the 3rd day. So in a nutshell, spikes cannot be estimated because they have uncertainties, and with uncertainties a team cannot go for estimation. As we have uncertainties, that is the reason we have taken that as a spike to start the work. And the second point is we usually use reference values, reference days for completing the spike. It again depends on the maturity of the team and the understanding about the product. At the end of the day, which is mentioned as the reference, spike outcome document should be submitted and presented. The spike outcome may have a positive or negative outcome, but the outcome should be presented so that the spike is getting closed. The result can be positive or negative. It doesn't matter, but we will be completing the spike outcome document. This is the answer I just want to share as my view related to this question. Thanks everyone for listening. Happy learning and stay tuned.